Hey y'all, it's Fran with Into the Marvelous Light. Hello to all of you beautiful souls out there. Can you do me a favor? Do not tell my son that I'm wearing his hat. You know how kids are. They don't think about their toys or their hats or anything like that until you decide to pick them up and play with them and wear them. I want to take this time to say hello to all of the new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming over to my channel. Welcome. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, I am still here, still waiting for you. Go ahead and subscribe today. In today's video, I want to talk about the things that make you go, when it comes to the narcissist. How come they are such a puzzle or an enigma to figure out? What is up with that narcissist? They just seem like a big, giant, walking contradiction. They say one thing and they do another. They do one thing and they say another. None of it ever matches up. If narcissists think that we are so dumb, why do they ask us 5,000 questions 5 times a day, 5 days a week? If they feel like we are so dumb and so stupid and they know it all, why on earth would they ever ask us a question? If they think they know it all, why would they bother to ask us what we think? My narcissistic ex-husband thought he knew everything about fashion. He knew everything about colors, knew everything about what matched with what, which colors didn't match, etc. And he was always going through his massive closet of shoes and clothes, picking out outfits, trying them on, and asking me how they look. Now, why do you need my opinion? Why do you need my judgment if you are already the expert? Why do they ask you for your opinion and then just totally pick it apart? Why do they ask you for your input only to disregard it later? Why do they ask you what you think so they can argue you down about it? Question. Why is it? This is because the narcissist brain is so busy running to and fro and all over the place. I always wondered to myself, is the narcissist's lack of masculinity making me grow whiskers and chin hairs? Is that narcissist the reason for the hairs on my chinny chin chin? Could it be because I'm taking up all of the slack of the narcissist that is causing me to belch very loudly like a bear? Could it be that since the narcissist has me paying for everything, that it caused my voice to deepen to the point to where I sound like a cross between Murdoch and Tone Loc? Does it make sense for a narcissist to say that they want a good woman, and then when they get one, turn around and dog her out? Why do narcissists say that they want to be happy, and then they turn around and engage in all sorts of reckless behavior? Why do narcissists say that they want to be rich and then turn around and gamble all of their money at the casino? Why do they tell you that they want to go straight, and then you see them turning around in circles? Narcissists engage in lots of wishy-washy behavior and grandiose thoughts. The narcissist would be on me very heavily about paying extra on my mortgage. He didn't like the fact that I did that. He tells me that I was going the slow route by chipping away at my mortgage principal by paying extra every month on it. He said, oh, I can get this house paid off in 5 years. However, he didn't work, and he never contributed to the mortgage note at all. Why do they always feel and say they can do anything that we can do better than us? They always can do it better. Nobody's better than them. The narcissist would frequently call me dummy and stupid. But I wasn't the one engaging in those type of behaviors. The narcissist had an aversion to me saving money, whether it was through my couponing efforts, whether it was through saving coins, putting them away for a rainy day, saving a certain amount out of my paycheck consistently, just saving money in general. He tells me that it was a waste of time. When I look back on it, if I hadn't saved anything and I just relied on him, I would have been in quite a pickle. Every time that he didn't come through on his responsibilities or his promises, I would have to reach in my rainy day savings to pull something out. The same savings that he thought was stupid, unnecessary, and a waste of time. Why do narcissists get married and then turn around and leave their house and go out in the streets to mess around? Why do they want to leave their wives at home at night to go visit ladies of the night? It is definitely not easy to deal with the narcissist putting you in a place of confusion all the time. The constant flip-flop, the constant nonsense. You constantly wreck your brain trying to figure out someone who has unregulated thoughts, disorganized thoughts, and literal chaos in their own brains. You can't make sense of their twists and turns and all of their discombobulation. You can't reason and straighten out all of the chaos inside of the narcissistic brain. And you also can't let that transfer over to you. The narcissistic brain is hash and mash. And if you're not careful, they can scramble your brain into that as well. You have to be careful not to let them influence you with their confused mind. If God is not the author of confusion, who do you think is? Satan himself. Satan is the father of lies and the father of hypocrisy. And that is essentially what the narcissist is. All they do is lie. And all they do is live a hypocritical life. They have a mask on for the public. And they have them true selves behind closed doors with you. Narcissists are double-minded and unstable in all their ways. Hence them being all over the place, not able to stay the course, not able to be consistent. You will find that nothing that you do pleases the narcissist because the narcissist cannot be satisfied. What they want is always changing. They're always ready to get to the next shiny new object. If you find yourself pondering about the narcissist and their behavior, I would suggest let's not do that. The person that they presented to you in the beginning is never coming back. You cannot do anything to satisfy the narcissist, make them happy. No amount of you compromising and obliging to their request is going to work. Once you repeat one task that they ask you to do, there will be another task, and it will be unending. They promise you love that you will never get. They want you to try to figure them out all the time because they want all of that attention and focus to be on them. They purposely go after quote unquote smart or intellectual people because they know that those people like to learn and like to figure things out. They're always going to go after that problem solver who is never going to give up and never going to quit until they find the answer or the right answer. So a narcissist will get a problem solver hooked on the problem, and they will make the solution and the answer more and more difficult to figure out because they keep changing it as time goes on. The problem solver in us has to get to the point to where we realize that it's not the narcissist problem that we're trying to figure out. We need to come to the conclusion that the narcissist is the problem. And once we figure that out, we can remove ourselves from the equation. No amount of your logical reasoning is going to have you to figure out a narcissist. You can't really figure out the answer to why they mistreat you. You can't look at it as it's your fault. It's something that you did or didn't do. Narcissists make a conscious decision to mistreat you. They prefer to mistreat you as a way to gain power and control. They know that your caring nature is going to want to make you figure out and do different things to get them to treat you correctly. Your empathic nature will always take on the blame, assume responsibility. And that is the habit that you must break with a narcissist. Narcissists avoid responsibility and ownership to you. And once you see this pattern, you should break your ties with them. You can ask the narcissist one question and get 1,000 different answers. They are unsure, and they will change their answer several times. Most of the time, if you ask the narcissist a direct question, you're not going to get a direct answer. They're going to go all around the mulberry bush. All the things that the narcissist does to make you question and ask why should be the very things that make you say goodbye. When you're trying to figure the narcissist out and they act like they don't comprehend, you need to gather your things, collect yourself, and say bye, Felipe.